Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world. Welcome to episode 73. Today is Tuesday the 14th of April 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast. The podcast that doesn't mind the old boob shot. I am your host LewkOne and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I am well.
You're well, that's fantastic. Also joining us is our other great friend Red. How are you?
Yeah, good man. I'm kicking this cold in the arse slowly, so yeah, much better than last week.
Yeah, well, you've been crook for the best of the last week, and you're starting to kick it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, there's only one or maybe two problems or diseases that I could have that I would really, really dislike, and that would be A, hemorrhoids, because then I couldn't sit down and play my video games. The other one would be like chronic arthritis. Imagine having arthritis as a gamer. That would suck.
I do.
You have, yeah, but you don't have it chronic, obviously.
Not in my hands, no.
Yours is probably brought on by video games.
Yeah, well, what do they call it? RTI, repetitive stress, RSI.
RSI, yeah, repetitive strain injury. Either that, like if I had bad arthritis in my fingers, it would give me an excuse to turn on the Xbox and use the Kinect.
And play
you only need one finger for that one.
Yeah, to stick it up.
The middle one.
Yeah. All right, before we start this week's show, here's the show in preview. First, we'll have game talk. After that, we'll cover some news. And in the news, we have Lego Dimensions announcement, House of Wolves DLC, The Order 1886 new mode, breast and penis removal. Yes. World War Toons, GTA 5 streamers theft, murder in the PlayStation 3, and Harry Potter's next gaming gig. After that, what's that sound? And then we'll bring the show home for another week. So, game talk first. Who's going first?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. I finished that pirate game on the Vita.
Pirate game?
Yeah, Ninjago.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. All you gamer dads out there, you can use that if you want to annoy the shit out of your kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, Shadow of Ronin, I finished that just running through the second run through now, just cleaning up finding all the characters and all that kind of stuff, the bricks and all that. One interesting thing about this, though, is you don't need to buy the characters to get, like, a trophy to gain a platinum in this one. You know how, like, traditionally in the Legos you need to find all the characters and then buy them as well?
Yeah.
And they're variant,
Yeah, so it's like there's a big emphasis quick on getting the multiplier bricks to be able to start boosting the money up. But, it doesn't seem like it's the case in this one. So
you just have to have them so they're available.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually purchase them with studs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's that there. Run Sackboy Run. It's like one of those iOS games that's on the Vita as well. I've been playing a bit of that. It's interesting. It's like a side-scrolling. What does it say? It's a little big planet, but all you do is control the jump. If that
temple run sort of thing.
Yeah,
sort of.
So side-scrolling thing, and there's something chasing after you, and you just need to like time your jumps to be able to get through.
Yeah, I've played that a fair bit on the iPad.
Oh yeah. And how much is on the iPad? It's free as well.
Yeah, it's free, man.
Yeah, microtransactions or.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The other one is a Killzone Mercenary. I've booted that up and started that on the Vita as well. It's quite difficult. I guess I'm just not used to playing ever playing a first-person shooter on the Vita. So it's something that's completely new to me. I'm getting there, just trying to be able to, getting the aiming right and all that kind of stuff as well. Because with Killzone games, they traditionally don't really have like a quick scope kind of thing like you do in your like Call of Duties and stuff like that there, so you really have to focus on aiming correctly, and with it being all scaled down smaller, it can be harder. it can be quite difficult. But I'm going to persist through. I'm going to give it a good crack. So, yeah.
Well, Shadowfall was notoriously hard, considering I loved 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely loved them.
Yeah,
And
3 was my favourite on it.
Really didn't like Shadowfall. I didn't mind it. It was obviously an early, probably a title release, wasn't it? And it didn't gel well with me, and neither did the multiplayer. But I'm hoping you're enjoying it on the Vita, because a lot of people seem pretty excited about it.
Well, I had a mate, Dano. I was talking to him the other day about it, and he was saying that he platinumed it. He spent a fair bit of time on it when it first came out, and really enjoyed it. And he said it can get a bit of a grind towards the end with like mopping up the trophies and stuff, but that's what most games can be like, I guess. But he said no, it's one of the better ones for the Vita to be able to, it was brought out to showcase what the Vita could do, and it seems to be quite good. So moving on to the PS4 stuff, Tower of Guns, the PS Plus title, I really don't know what that's about, or too much about it. It just seems like the first couple of levels that I've played on it, I'm not really sold on it.
Something tells me that I don't think the developers even know what that game's about.
Yeah.
It looks like Unreal Tournament 1 or Unreal from Pentium 486.
That'd be awesome to bring back out, though. If they were ever going to do something like that, bring back
an arena shooter.
That was sick. Yeah. Some Trials Fusion. I don't think I said last week I beat Nico's Dirt Derby time, so now I'm still about, is it 3 or 4 tenths of a second off Luke's one, but as Trials goes, that's near on impossible to get.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. Never Alone, so I booted that up, the PS Plus title as well. I've played through that on the Xbox One and really enjoyed it, and I thought, you know what, I'll sit down and I'll give it another go on the PS4, because it's such a great way to tell a story. I really enjoyed it, and so I just thought I'd sit down and give it another go. Next, I've got my 2 big ones for this week. Was I played a fair bit of Drive Club, so I got that off my brother, and decided I'd give it a go. It is lens flare central. It's a decent enough driving simulator for now, until we do get a Gran Turismo 7.
Do you use the word simulator loosely?
You know what? It's semi a mix in between what you'd get from a traditional driving simulator like Forza and that, but it sits in between that and Need for Speed, in that you just get given the card. There's very little customization or anything that you can do in it. You win the cars as you go along and level up your driver and all that kind of stuff. So it's, you know what, it's good enough as a driving game for now, but I wouldn't pay for it. Let's just say that.
Good call.
Yeah. The good things that it does have is like the driving challenges and all that kind of stuff, when you challenge your friends and all that kind of stuff with the online community. And it's just not what I traditionally like in a driving simulator. I'm a very big fan of Gran Turismo, where they have the full customization available to you. You can buy what you want, you can race what you want, and like the licensing and all that kind of stuff that comes along with that. You know, you have to show a certain amount of skill to be able to do the bigger, faster tracks and have the better cars and all that kind of stuff. So
you got to prove your worth. Yeah.
Next one we have is Mortal Kombat X.
Get over here!
We got our hands on it a little bit early to be able to give it a playthrough and give it a review up. So Luke's played it as well. We've both done the full campaign. The campaign takes about 5 hours. Nothing really groundbreaking there. It does have a good story. Mixes it up a little bit with the long cutscenes it has. They'll throw in a couple of quick time events and this and that throughout the cutscenes. The story, I didn't 100% understand it right from the get-go. And coming through to the end of it, I kind of got a deeper idea of what was going on in Outworld and the battle that's going on between Outworld and Earthrealm, and it just seemed like they were trying to tell a story that wasn't necessary, if that makes sense. But Mortal Kombat has always been about a tournament.
Yep.
A tournament between Earthrealm and Outworld, and that wasn't the case here. It was set 25 years after the events of Mortal Kombat 9. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade have their daughter Cassie, and Jax's daughter Jackie Briggs is there. They're part of an elite.
Cassie played by Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, yeah. The very narcissistic one who needs to take selfies during their fatalities. They tried to write a story around new characters that they were bringing in, instead of having a complete really good story and then using characters from the story. Does that make sense?
I think they made Mortal Kombat X what it is and added a story into it for the sake of having a story, because I thought the story was shit.
Well, it was to justify a full price tag.
Yeah. It's like when they put a campaign in a game like Battlefield and Hardline and all that sort of stuff. Like, before Hardline came out, did anyone even give a flying fuck about what the campaign... Did anyone even know that there was a campaign in it?
In Hardline?
Yeah.
There's a campaign?
That's it. That's my point, exactly. They put it in there, whether it be to justify that price point or just to say it's a complete game and not just a multiplayer experience. But that's all that really Mortal Kombat X is to me. And it's something to pull out when your mates are around, other than you because you're pissed. Pull out Mortal Kombat and fight each other.
Yeah. That's what you buy it for.
Yeah, that's what you buy that game for. You're not, writing home about this awesome story. But, I mean, it's got a story, and if you really into Mortal Kombat lore and all that sort of stuff, you might like it. You might be a little bit pissed off at it because some of it's a bit weird, and you're like, hang on a second, weren't they, hating each other? But hang on a minute, they're, holding hands here, and...
And how come they're fucking zombies now?
Yeah, well, because they're all dead and turned into shit.
That does fit the lore, but...
Yeah, whatever it is. But I'm not... Look, I love Mortal Kombat and have been playing Mortal Kombat since the original one, but I haven't followed it, tooth and nail. I haven't read lore books about it or anything like that. I just enjoy beating Sean.
Yeah.
That Telltale
that's not going to happen anymore, though.
Sorry, I missed that.
That's not going to happen anymore.
Oh, are you better now?
Yeah.
Better than me? Better?
Yeah, better than you, better.
Oh!
I'm calling
a stream coming on. There's a stream coming up.
Yeah.
Big fucking call.
Also, with what else that they've brought to Mortal Kombat X, just because it's not just a really crap campaign, so they're focused massively on online and community within the game. So, Luke, you didn't get much of a go of this because the server stuff wasn't up and running when you had it. So, what they've got is they've got a new thing called Faction Wars in it. So, you get to choose right from the start, basically. You boot the game up and it says, what faction do you want to be a part of? And I had no idea, so I just picked the first one because Sub-Zero was there. So there's the Lin Kuei, White Lotus, the Brotherhood of Shadow, Special Forces, and Black Dragon, which are 5 different factions. So you choose one of those. Everything that you do in game gives you points towards your faction. So each day you'll get different challenges. So I'd say win a match without ducking, connect 3 uppercuts, or use Scorpion twice. So,
or the lovely one of jump 10 times.
Yeah.
What was that one about?
I don't know. There was another one that was one of the trophies is duck 30 times during a fatality sequence.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, you choose your faction and they go for a week, and whoever has whatever faction has the most points at the end of the week basically wins the faction war for the week, and then it starts again. Apparently there's going to be prizes for each faction that wins. I don't know what that is. Probably, knowing our luck, it'll be like a piece of concept art that unlocks from the crypt, or maybe a costume, or
What about the crypt? Apparently, like when you play, you earn coins, spelled with a K, and you use those coins to unlock things in the crypt.
Yep, just like the previous version.
So you can unlock extra finishing moves and stuff for the characters, blah, blah, blah. But apparently you can buy everything in the crypt.
Yes, the $30.
So just $30 unlock everything, or just give you enough coins to unlock everything?
It unlocks everything. So
it just unlocks it all.
Yeah, if you've gone in there and you go around the crypt and all that kind of stuff. So it's technically, it's like the crypt from all the old games. There's concept art, finishing moves, all the different costumes and stuff. There's a pretty cool Johnny Cage costume that I've been looking for. Well, he looks like a street mime.
Oh yeah, I've seen that in the menus. It shows you what it is. But I don't understand it. Like, I mean, these sort of things aren't going to help you win, but isn't that part of the game? The game aspect is unlocking things.
Yep.
Why would you pay for that?
Yeah.
Because you can.
That's a shit thing, man. That
happened with Battlefield. Also, you work your way through your progression there, or you can just go buy the unlock and yeah.
Yeah, I find that extremely silly. Why would you purchase a game and then pay extra money to have the game play itself for you?
And deja vu. It's not the first time you've said that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. Yeah.
Following up to that is the pre-order bonus of Goro you can buy.
Yeah, did you see how much it was? I couldn't get into it.
It's not up yet.
Oh, still not up yet.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also the easy fatality. So during when we went into the crypt before, there was certain things that you unlock, and it'll give you tokens to do easy fatalities. So that means you get to the fatality sequence and you hold R2 and push square, and it does a fatality.
So you need tokens for that?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because you know how the other day we got it and we unlocked it and it was like easy fatality, and you're like, oh, cool, what do I do? And then you just push R2 and that there. We only had 3 tokens to do that, so we could only do it 3 times. So
that's why it didn't work those other times.
Yeah.
There you go. You can buy more tokens, no doubt.
Yes, you can. You can buy
unlock them permanently. Yeah.
We can buy 5 for $2 and 30 for $7.
You could just play the game.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot with Raiden, and I've got his fatality down packed now. Every match I do, I can do a fatality with him. So it's just when you get it, they're quite simple. They're not too difficult to do the fatalities anymore, so you just need to be able to nail it, because you can still fuck up the easy one.
Yeah, you've got to beat me first.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Other thing they got is towers. So this is like the traditional arcade, the original Mortal Kombat. Start at the bottom, work your way up to the top. They got all those still there, but now they've got an addition which is like they're called living towers. So there's a quick tower, a daily tower, and a premier tower. So the quick one, they change it every hour. Daily gets changed, you guessed it, daily. And the premier one it'll be different because there's reports going around that it'll only be open on special events and holidays and different stuff like that. But basically the quick towers, which is the hourly ones, will be 5 fights. Daily towers are 8 fights, and the premier towers are 15 fights. The thing that's pretty cool about this, though, is that during the quick ones, there's different modifiers put into the matches. So you'll be playing along, and it might have a tilt modifier on it, so that the screen will constantly tilt like a seesaw as you're playing it. But as you're playing it, your forward and back also do, so you have to push like
down and up.
Yeah, so like
cool.
So forward and up as you go, like as it tilts, will go you forward. Whereas if you push down, then it'll do like a low punch kind of thing. So as it tilts, you need to kind of manipulate your controls to be able to control your player while you're doing it. So that's pretty cool. There's ones where little bombs drop from the sky. There's ones where you will constantly be bleeding throughout the match, so you're constantly dying as you're fighting.
Yep.
There's ones where Raiden has left extra electricity throughout the level, and all of a sudden as you go through, like, sparks of electricity will come up throughout the ground, which will zap both of you if you're standing on it.
Oh, Sean, this will be completely over most people's heads because this is just a conversation you and I had. Remember when we were playing and I said, oh, there's that guy. I remember him and it's going to annoy me until I remember his name?
Yes.
I just remembered his name.
Quan Chi.
No, Cable.
Cable?
Yeah, or Cabal, whatever you want to call
him. The
Red Robot? No.
No, that was Cyrax or something, wasn't it?
Oh, Cabal. Yeah.
Cabal, he had like a gas mask looking thing on his head.
Yeah.
Yep. And the two green hooky things.
But there's a massive amount of characters in there to play with, and I don't think that I'd be interested in buying any further. What about you, Luke?
I want Goro. I do want the other characters, but I don't know. It depends on how much.
Not for the price tag.
They're a bit ridiculous. The price. I think they should just be in the game.
Yeah, it looks like now that it'd be near on $200 to buy it all.
Yeah, that's too much.
So you'd pay $100 for the digital. You'd pay an extra $60 for the combat pack, and $30 for the crypt unlock. That's what they should as well. With all the extra characters, there should be a way that you can unlock them. Yeah,
that's right. I think so. Just take a bit longer. But anyway, they're sort of verging on a free-to-play style.
Why don't they have like a character rotation then?
For a couple.
Give us a go. Yeah, for like the characters that you've got to pay. This is big in like the MOBA world. Is that they do a free character rotation, and then if you like playing as a character, then you buy it. But don't make it a ridiculous price.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of do.
What they would sell triple the amount if they just said, "Hey, you know what? You want this guy here? $5."
There is a way to play them, though, isn't there, Red?
Yeah. Well, those premium towers or the premier towers you're talking about.
Yep.
From time to time, the DLC characters, whether you've purchased them or not, will be available for that.
Will be available to fight against,
and as.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's interesting then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, but still, there's too many characters that they're adding at too high a price. It's just a big money making thing. Fair enough, they need to make money, but there's other ways to.
And they need to add characters. That's the thing. It gets stale if you continually have it with the same characters from the first one. So there was a need to kick it up a notch to get new characters in there, and that kind of went, well, we've got all these new ones. We've got a roster of, 24 or something. So who do we boot then? Everybody gets the shits because they've gone, what happened to my favourite character from the last one?
Well, put it this way, if you're not in a terrible rush for it, just wait for the Mortal Kombat Ultimate Edition that'll come out in about 12 months' time. They'll have every single character in it for $60.
Yep.
Yes.
That's one option.
Yeah, I'll just throw in there quickly the other new characters. So you've got Devora, the buggy thing, and then Ferrator. They're pretty cool. And so you've got Kotal Khan and Shinnok as well.
All right, cool.
All pretty badass characters.
Did you play any other games, or is that it?
Yeah, no, that was it.
All right, Red, give us your game talk.
Just going to sneak these in really quickly. I've only played 3 games this week. I started
Drop
a new character.
Cricket.
Yeah, I started a new character on Drop Bradbury Cricket.
Yeah!
And I've learnt from my previous couple of goes that what I've got to do for try and get international selection and everything like that. So my third character's a lot better. So yeah, job done.
Just quickly, rest in peace, Richie Benno.
Oh yeah, it's a dude from Halo.
Richie Benno passed away this year. Most Aussies that listen to this show, I dare say, would know who Richie Benno is. And he was just a well-known cricket great for his entire life. How old was he?
Yeah, pretty much.
80-something, yeah.
Something? Yeah, he passed away this week. He'll be sadly missed in the cricket world for all those big cricket buffs. And he was good bloke, all-round good bloke. Haven't heard a bad word about him.
Yeah.
Continue, Red.
Welcome back to the kitchen, Dale.
12th man.
Yeah.
Battlefield Hardline multiplayer, like it. I actually really, really like it. It's I've possibly put in probably 30 hours this week in the multiplayer. I've probably about level 40 now. Yeah, what do you say?
What's the cap on that?
Awesome. 150.
Do you prestige in that?
No. And it does really. I was reading an article the other day about the level cap, and it really does nothing leveling up, except for the fact it will show people how dedicated you are. It's not necessarily how good you are, because you can basically get there just by logging in. And it gives you a few battle packs, which are those premium things that you can buy that just give you camos and unlocks for different reticles and whatnot. So it's just a whole lot of BS. So, yeah, that's a lot of fun. And the way it splits up between cops and robbers and everything.
As you level up, though, in it, do you unlock guns and all that kind of stuff? Or?
No, you unlock guns by completing different jobs. Like, every class has one specific gun that has to be unlocked. And you do that by going through your ribbons and whatnot and getting the correct ones as prerequisites to get the next one and the next one, and then eventually it'll unlock. But basically you get XP in it, but your XP then turns around and it is money. So you don't have to unlock, say, 7 or assault rifles to get to the one you want. You can just buy it. It'll just take you longer to save for it. So in-game currency, obviously, we're just talking about Mortal Kombat. But yeah, you can really work it to the way you want and basically set up the character or your classes that you want pretty early on in the piece. So.
And now, Red, do you have to buy those guns twice if you want them for the cops or the robbers side?
Well, no, because the cops have a different one to the robbers. So in essence, your question is half yes, half no. So you can't buy the AK-14 for the robbers and then for the cops, because the cops don't have it. So they've got an equivalent spec'd weapon, so you've got to buy each of them individually. But if you max out the level of that certain weapon, it then becomes available for both classes. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does, yep.
Yeah, so it's quite in-depth, and it was really daunting to start off with, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is Battlefield 4 with a fresh face and a fresh spin on it. And I'm now taking a step back and I'm going to go, well, this game now has the balls and the quality, which is we don't use too often with Battlefield, to stand on its own and be its own title. It's had 130 megabyte update day one. There's been no patches to date. It works. I haven't rubber banded at all, and I'm on Tasmanian net, so I'm only pulling the 5-6 megabits a second. I haven't rubber banded. I haven't lost connection to host. It works, and there's no bullet lag, because when you go in, you can set your browsers. You can browse. What do they call it? Servers, and right down the right hand side of each server, it has connection quality. So you just go along, pick the game mode you want, and then you go along and you pick one that's got 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 bars. It's just user friendly. And this is not something you'd say about a Battlefield 4 or a Battlefield 3 on the consoles, from my perspective. And yeah, it stands on its own 2 feet, very enjoyable. You can get on a real run, I like it. And yeah, really invokes teamwork, but oh my god, it invokes teamwork, which it always has, because being squad-based 32 on 32 sort of stuff. So yeah, that's...
You've always got to have a leader in those teams, though, otherwise everything starts to fall to shit.
Yeah, I do that alright. I try and take control of the situation and give a few directions and whatnot. Weeksy's picked it up, Jason has it, so we're able to get in a 2 or a 3-man sort of squad situation, and you get the odd rando, but you're able to do on-screen orders, give squad orders on screen just by holding in the R1 button.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to communicate with people that don't speak your language, because I find I'm up against a lot of Japanese and Asians and everything because of the server, the Oceanic and Asia servers and whatnot. So yeah, it's very enjoyable, and I've got some footage. I'm going to throw a video together and do a bit of a audible review, hopefully, but review nonetheless. And to wrap up my week, we made a decision, or I helped Weeksy make a decision, and he made a decision for me. On Sunday, we got Borderlands, the Handsome Jack edition. I was about to say the pre-sequel, the Handsome Jack edition, or collection. And I've got 2 characters up to around level 10 to 12. very enjoyable, very user-friendly again, like drop-in, drop-out sort of mission-based co-op that we were used to with Dying Light that we raved so much about. And so I played a few hours, not last night, night before, with Weeksy, and then Luke, you were off work, so we wore you completely out last night. You were dead dog tired.
Oh, wasn't I tired?
But you stuck it out, and it was good. We had 4 of us, actually, because Refamir was in on that as well, so yeah, it brought us all together.
It was funny last night. You're like, "You right, Luke?" I'm like, "Yeah." Tired. I was still playing though. My thumbs were still working. I was just too tired to talk. That's all. I got there, got it done. I wasn't falling asleep. There was no doorways to ruin.
But yeah, we progressed further in one night in Borderlands 2 than I think we did on the PS3, and that was just because of. Yeah,
well, the game chat was shit. The connections were shit. The controls were shit. The frame rates were shit. It wasn't. It really feels at home on the PS4. I enjoy it. It's quite a good game.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, do you think that this is like one of the major reasons out there why they are remastering these games is because they can like use the full potential of the PlayStation 4 to be able to give a better experience, the experience that they originally wanted to give on the PS3 but couldn't?
Well, I'm sure if you asked them, that's what they would tell you, but really it's for the money.
It's for the money.
It's for the money.
But still, they're selling, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because they are a good experience. Now, for me, look, if I had played Borderlands 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 3, I probably wouldn't buy the Handsome Collection, but I never played them. So this is all brand spanking new for me, so I'm happy to go through it.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic, and it works real well. None of this 3-player fire team.
How many can you have?
4.
Oh, it is 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's on the list of things I'm going to seriously start looking at. So
imagine if you could have 10. How good would that be?
You got one Bullymong and everyone gets a bullet in.
Yeah. Oh, imagine the fights over the bloody weapons.
Oh, fucking hell, Weeksy. He blames me. He goes, oh, you got to be fucking quick around red. I'm like, what?
Be quick around. Well, that's the thing. With the pickups in that game, it's shared amongst all of you. So if there's a gun on the ground, anyone can pick that up. So there's been a couple of times. Can you pass
it to each other?
Yeah, you can pass them off. But there's been a couple of times where I've seen a gun and gone to have a look at it, because if you hover over the gun, the specs will pop up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll have a look and see if it's better than my gun. If it's not, I'll leave it for that. Oh, okay, somebody took it. And then there's Weeksy going, oh, fucking this gun's sick. I'm like, fucking asshole.
Basically what I do.
That'd be me running around the whole map going, reh. I am the gun master.
Yeah, the cool thing is, as Luke said, you hover over and it gives you a direct contrast of the weapon you're holding at the moment.
Yeah.
So whether it's green or red, up and down in quality, and then it'll give its any additional specs that the weapon has, and then right at the bottom it's got its value. So at the level we're at now, we're picking up anything from $60 to $200. So you go along, if it hasn't got triple figures, you just keep running. And you run up and someone's looking at a gun that's got triple figures, yoink, buy. Fucking bolt. And then you check it out. But in saying that, we're not all randoms, and like Luke goes, oh, I want a shotgun and I want a sniper. My assassin's like, right, yeah, we'll find a good shotgun, we'll find a good sniper and offload to you. And Weeksy goes, oh, really want a good assault rifle and a handgun. It's like, right, yeah, we've all just pulled in what we want.
As much as we do troll each other, we do help each other in the end.
Yeah. So,
like I had that boss shotgun, but I didn't like it. I just didn't like the feel of it. So I gave it to you, and you're in love with it.
Oh, fucking shred shit with that. No, it's wicked. I'm like, oh, you go, Red, come here. I'm like, okay. Because if you punch each other, if you melee each other, or melee, if you're Weeksy, and you just stand on top of a real special ruin. if you punch each other, you can start just a one-on-one duel. So, yeah, you just go up and you keep trolling Weeksy. He's there trying to punch. He's trying to punch an enemy, so you stand in front of him. As soon as he hits you, turn around, accept the duel, and blow his head off.
Yeah, it's like a mini PvP thing that you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, just for shits and giggles, it takes nothing off you. You don't have to respawn and pay the money when you die. It's just, yeah. Oh, let me check this new gun out on you. All right, then. Whack, whack, fucking pow. So, yeah, that's my week. I've deposited a considerable amount of hours into all games above.
All right, well, my week will be considerably quick. I've had my say on most of the games. Mortal Kombat X, Borderlands, the Hanson Collection, Aru's Awakening. I played that. That was one of the PlayStation Plus games out for this month of April. And, geez, look, if absolutely everything got deleted off my PlayStation, I'd probably have a good go at it. But it's not.
My game collection burnt.
Yeah, it's not very good. I played the first few levels. There's a few things that just aren't made right, like the menus. It's very hard to tell which color is the actual selected part of the menu. I actually reset the game, like reset the level, 4 times before fucking finally pressing continue instead of retry.
Yuck.
Fucking, I was waiting for you guys to take the piss then, but nothing happened. But anyway, it's whatever. It's a platformer. It's kind of in the vein of something like... What could I put it like? I don't want to insult anything. But it's a side-scrolling platformer with other bits and pieces that don't work very good. Anyway, I watched Atari Game Over, the documentary.
Oh, yes.
Have any of you guys watched that yet?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I watched it on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's on Netflix at the moment, so I
Yeah.
watched it on Netflix, and I was quite impressed with it. It's got really good history to it, and I learnt a lot from it. I had no idea that the game was actually created by just one guy in 5 weeks. So this is a game. This E.T. Extraterrestrial was the movie tie-in game from back in 19. When did that come out?
Early 80s, 83 I think it was.
83.
84.
83. I'm not sure if that's the date they. Yeah, I think it is September 26, 1983, is when this game came out, and it was to tie off with the movie. And they had a guy named Howard Warshaw. He worked on the game for 5 weeks only on his own to create this console for the Atari 2600.
Because it had to be out for Christmas.
It had to be out for Christmas for whatever reason. You know, they couldn't punch it out after because they would have missed their window of opportunity to sell. But anyway, it was this is a game that's been largely known as the worst video game ever made. And as much as a lot of people throw that around, most people that actually agree with that and say, yeah, it's the worst game ever made, probably haven't even played it.
Or played Destiny. Sorry.
But, and it really made me feel sorry for Howard Warshaw. This bloke worked on his own to smash out what would have been back then considered a AAA title. And his career was destroyed because of the reception that this game got. He went downhill and never really did anything after that. And he was really successful before that. All of his games, besides E.T., sold in the millions. 5 to 8 million. Now, what I mean, to put in perspective, it's a bit different today, but was it GTA 5 sold 1 million in the first 24 hours or something?
Yeah.
No, so
5 million or whatever it was?
$1 billion worth of stock, wasn't it, in 24 hours?
But anyway, like what E.T., or not E.T., but what Howard Warshaw's Atari games were achieving back then, they were comparable to big games of today still. So he had a good run, but then all of a sudden one video game crashed because it was too hard. Essentially what he'd created was Dark Souls back in 1983, and people weren't ready for it. People don't fucking like that type of game today, let alone back then when it was on an 8-bit scale. I thought it was a really enjoyable watch. What were you going to say, Sean?
One of the big things about this was that E.T. basically took the flak for everything. It was the scapegoat.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an industry that was crashing. It
Yep.
was. I've spoken about this before with an oversaturated market and all this kind of stuff. It just basically went from being that Atari used to make Atari games. Nintendo made Nintendo games, and all the others were specific to the brand. Then your third-party developers came in, and they could make for the consoles and started doing that, and just flooded the market with everything. And the game quality was shit. Like Pac-Man on the Atari was crap, and it was because all these games were made quickly so that they could get the game out before the competitor got the game out, and there was no quality behind it. When it came to ET and they said that, you know what, this has to be out by Christmas, you've got 5 weeks to do it, he basically said that, yes, look, I can do it, but it's not going to be good. And it was never going to be good with the time frame that was allowed to do it. So,
one of the things that it pointed out that was interesting, like you said, Sean, it was very much a scapegoat for the crash of the Atari and the gaming industry at the time. But when they found the cartridges that were buried in Alamogordo, New Mexico, it was nowhere near the millions of cartridges that were, the rumors were, that there was millions of ET buried in the desert. It only made up, of all the cartridges that they exhumed, it only made up 1/3 of all the games that are under there. And there was games of all types. So it wasn't really, they didn't really bury it to hide away the embarrassment of ET. They were burying a lot of things. It was really just getting rid of a whole bunch.
They were burying the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't an ET thing. It was just the rumor, and I feel very sorry for Howard Warshaw because he worked really hard. But now he's a psychiatrist, apparently, or psychologist, or whatever's the difference between those. So I recommend for anyone, if you haven't seen the Atari Game Over documentary, and you're a bit of a game enthusiast, well, you're fucking listening to the podcast, so I'd imagine you are. Check it out. It's really cool. It's on Netflix or wherever. You can probably find it in many different places.
On the XMB, on the Xbox One.
Yes, it's an app, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got an Xbox One, you can see it on there. Quickly, lastly, and leastly, Tower of Guns. That game's shit. That's all I've got to say. All right, let's move on to this week's news. All right, first in the news, Lego Dimensions has been announced. Who's happy? Who's giving me a show of hands? Show of audio hands, please. I'm going to assume that's at least
my hand's
short.
raised. What do you doing?
Audio hands don't work, do they? All right. So I'm really excited for this. So
Looks awesome.
what Lego Dimensions is going to be, this is my understanding of it in a nutshell. So basically we're going to take Skylanders, the concept between Skylanders, with a portal thing, which has a particular name. It is called... it's called the Lego Toy Pad. So essentially it's going to be the portal from the Skylanders games. But so basically it's going to be that. It's going to come with the starter pack will come with a couple of figurines with it. And it's going to be available on Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, and the Wii U, believe it or not. And you're going to be able to interchange the characters. It's going to be Skylanders Lego. Okay, that's pretty much it in a butt shell. That'll do, in a butt shell. The starter pack's going to include, other than the play thingy, what do I call it? The toy pad. You're going to get 3 Lego minifigures. So it's going to be Batman, Gandalf, and Wildstyle from the Lego movie. And yeah, so you're going to interchange it all. But the real sort of cutting edge part that they're going to be pushing is that there's going to be no barriers. It's going to break all the rules. So from that, I gather that you'll be able to play the Batman scenarios with a Lord of the Rings character, and you can play a DC character maybe in a Marvel universe. That would be weird, but it sounds like what they're pushing. You're going to get expansion packs, level packs, team packs, fun packs, and bundles and all that sort of stuff for vehicles and characters. They've also announced characters such as Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Sick.
The characters from Lego Ninjago, so Kai and Cole. The DC characters, so, you know, your Batman and all that sort of stuff. Some characters from the Lord of the Rings, from the Lego movie, also the Wizard of Oz as well. It's going to be out, I believe, later this year from memory, and they're going to slowly start announcing the different characters and character sets that'll be announced. But what I've done is I've put a list together of the ones that I really, really want to come out, and if it does, I will definitely be playing this game over and over, because I love my Lego games, but this would blow my mind. Tell me if you agree, disagree, or indifferent. The first one on my list, and it's probably my most anticipated, and I hope, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lego.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Would you buy that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes! The Ninja Turtles. That's so cool. What about Thundercats?
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, showing your age.
Yeah.
Astro Boy.
Hey?
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy! Yes, an Astro Boy set would be awesome. Voltron.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Imagine Voltron like the big mechs in Lego Ninjago. That'd be sick.
Nerdgasm.
Mm-hmm. What about this one? This one's real left of centre. Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Fuck, I love those little fuckers. That was so good.
What was the Sharks one?
None.
Oh, No, that's Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah, Biker Mice.
I don't know. I can't remember the Sharks one. I do know the Sharks.
Weren't they pizza guys or something?
No.
The Shark.
No, they were like surfy dudes, weren't they?
I don't know. Yeah.
Surfy sharks from Venus. I don't know. Futurama.
Yeah.
Futurama set would be awesome. The Walking Dead. What about The Simpsons?
Yeah, well, if you're going to get
Yeah.
picture up, add the
But they haven't
Simpsons.
had any kind of Simpson kind of game or anything since
They-
the
those-
Simpsons game.
so
So.
good.
That taxi one.
If they Lego'd up any of those titles, I'd be so happy.
Is there any word on how big they're going to be?
Oh, no, I've seen the pictures of them, and you know what? I can probably expect them to be probably the same size as the Skylanders' normal-sized ones.
Okay, so nearly the size of a phone.
Oh, no.
Height of a phone. No?
Maybe... Where's my phone? Maybe half a phone?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Half an iPhone 5, anyway.
Yep.
That's my prediction, anyway. I don't know. Who knows? They could be fucking the size of a truck, for all I know. But yeah, look, that's been announced and it's coming out, and I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. So you'll 100% hear about it on the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page first.
Would it be awesome if they actually had like the vehicles and stuff that you bought, but you had to put it together before you put it on the...
Yes! Yes, if you had to build them, that would be awesome.
You had to build them to then put on the portal. You know, like how they got like the Batmobile or the different vehicles you built like in the Lego game or Lego movie game, and yeah, you had to actually get it. And one of the pieces was like whatever it is, like a chip or whatever. It was embedded in one of the pieces, and you put it all together, and yeah, then that sat on you.
Yeah,
Cool.
but I'd be super duper happy with that. That'd be sick.
Can you snuff out or confirm a rumour that I heard, or just if you mightn't even know, that it's looking around the $160, $170 setup price?
Oh, to start?
Yeah.
Nah, that's bullshit. It would never
Okay,
be that
cool.
much. No way. They would shoot themselves in the foot. Look, if you probably wanted every single one that was released on day one, yeah, probably. But a setup cost? No way. I would put it somewhere. Retail would definitely be $99 in Australia. So you'll probably be able to pick it up for $79, $89 in most stores if you get price matching and stuff like that. But no, it won't be $170 just to kick you off.
and especially coming up that it would be released roughly, I'm guessing, around Christmas time. Is that correct?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be set up for $79, and then every store will be going, well, we're going to give you this for free with it, and then this store's going to go, well, we'll give you this for free with it, just trying to get the best deal to
And I'm
to
very
sell it.
happy for them to do that. Go right ahead.
Yep.
All right, move on.
Consumer
Red.
wins.
Destiny House of Wolves got a release date and a trailer. So will be released May 19th. And the trailer doesn't give much away. You can see it on one of our news articles on the page if you want to go there and have a look. But the big thing coming out of the announcement of this is there's no new raid. There'll be no new 6-man fire team raiding, so...
What the fuck have they been doing for the last 6 months? They have all the content on the fucking disc already.
You know what they've been doing? They've been sitting around on the table going, fuck, do you know what the story is telling us? Does anybody here, any of the developers, even the fucking writer, do you know what the story is about? And he's there
Trying
going...
to work out the app.
I don't know.
It came from the moon or something, didn't it?
Yeah, the moon, there's ghosts, there's guardians, there's some chick that we don't even know where she came from. We just sort of copied her from something else and pasted her in.
She's fucking emo. Lives on the reef.
And that's about it. It's
a bit of incest on the reef by the looks of things.
Mm.
But yeah, so they're planning on well, it's said to have a new end game activity, quote unquote, and that will be a battle arena called the Prison of Elders, and it's focused on variety, replayability, and skill. So they're really taking what they've not given us, being variety, the replayability because you have no choice to do anything else, and skill, well, yeah, it's measured upon player from player, I would assume. But this whole end game, it's on every article I've read, so what, we can start putting our pre-order down after this expansion for Destiny 2?
This is supposed to be a 10-year IP.
Yeah, it is, but Destiny 2 has been confirmed. They'll charge another $100 for that, and another $40 for 2.5 raids and a broken strike.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's safe to say there's no new raid. There's not going to be any new raid gear, so there's not really going to be any level cap increases. Where's the incentive to keep playing?
There is no confirmation, only speculation on level cap increases. I've read from 35 to 37 to 39. But where do you get the shit from? What, are they going to make you do the PvP or the Iron Banner? Or is this new battle? Yeah, just buy it, there you go. Or is this Battle Arena a PvP style event or a co-op style event that gives you a chance? And the only other thing that's rumoured to be added, because they won't release how many strikes and levels that are available yet, is a level 32 strike playlist. So you can do the same things again, just harder.
Lovely. Yeah, sounds good.
How big's the update going to be? Come on, let's take bets.
2 megabytes.
Yeah, 2 megabytes. Well, they said, and also just one other thing, they've got planned for the raid that'll be missing. That's planned for later in the year. So for another $40.95, you can have that plus another expansion.
Yeah, but it won't be in the season pass. So there you go. I've had enough talking about that. Sean?
GTA streamers have got their games stolen by viewers on PC. What's happened is that they've started up their stream going, oh, look how awesome we are. We've got GTA 5 on PC now, so we're going to run you through the setup and the activation and all that kind of stuff. And when they've gone to click, basically just before you boot up the game, it flashes a confirmation screen with your code on it on the screen. So people that are watching the stream have seen the code and decided, well, I'm going to use that.
Whoops.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So there was one guy on there that had 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and was doing a live stream
and popped it out to everyone. Damn, it looks beautiful on PC though.
Doesn't it?
Well, one of the high-end PCs anyway. But...
Did you see the poster that I put up about all the different modes that the PC version's getting?
No.
Oh, there's like a look. I can't remember what they were all called, but there's like I think director's mode was one of them where you can actually set up set pieces. So you get like making a movie. So you can put NPCs, cars, and stuff like that wherever you want, and set it all up, and set timed events and triggered events and triggered gestures from different characters. You insert your own player in that, and film it all and edit it into like a movie. Which
I've seen one video done by the 8-Bit Bastard, which was it's claimed to be the first one made. That was pretty cool.
Is that the
running man? Yeah, with Trevor's beard like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I reckon there's going to be some pretty good movies coming out of this. Like, this might give birth to a new Red vs. Blue. Cause,
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be cool, man. Just watch this space. Keep looking for those director mode videos on YouTube. There'll be plenty of them, and I reckon they'll be good quality too. So that's pretty cool. All right then, Red.
A game coming out soon called World War Toons, and it's been put together by a handful of ex-Infinity Ward developers. Of course, they're behind Ghost and what's that other one? Modern Warfare 1 through 17. And from what I can tell, it looks pretty cool, and just a whole lot of cartoony fantasy like that, Fully Loaded, that never really took off on the PS4. But they reckon the competition will still be there, somewhat like Call of Duty. But at the moment, I know it's not very, very newsworthy, but it's a watch this space sort of thing, because Infinity Ward have been pretty successful, and from the launch trailer and the screens shots that I've seen, could be a little bit of fun.
Oh, so that's Infinity Ward making that?
No. Ex-Infinity Ward developers have
come
up.
Gotcha.
Hang on, I might even be able to give you the name of the development. No, I can't.
What'd you call me?
Can't.
World War Toons. Let me have a look at this. So what is it, a first-person shooter?
First-person shooter, yeah. Comical first-person shooter with flying tanks and guns and, of course, being a first-person shooter.
It looks...
Reload. There you go.
Reload Studios, yeah. It's not a free-to-play game, is it?
Not that I can see.
Because I find it very hard to get into free-to-play games.
Oh, yeah. I concur.
Just looks... It has that feel of a free-to-play game, but if it's not, it might be okay. Well, that's cool. All right, we'll keep an eye out for that. Any more on that one?
No, that's basically about it, because some people are pretty sensitive when it comes to Infinity Ward, so they might have liked to have heard that.
All right.
Yes, but people are also, quite sensitive when it comes to World War II as well.
Yeah, well.
You're making a comical game about it.
Maybe. Yet to be.
Well,
could be just a play on words, hopefully.
All we need now is Justin Timberlake. Crimea River. All right. Next bit of news is about breasts and penis removal. What could this be about? Have you guys seen anything to do with this?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
The Order 1886 has no penis and no boobs. If you're in Japan. So... If you played the Order...
There's plenty of octopuses with tentacles going places, though.
There is?
Yes.
Oh, in the Japan version?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Way to make no sense. If you played the Order 1886 and you're as juvenile as I am, then you would have had a bit of a giggle, at least, with the scene where you walk in on a couple having sex. The girl looks up at you and she's got one boob hanging out. And she goes, hello? And that's where I went, hee booby. Following that scene, you walk in to grab this bloke who's shagging her, and he's got no pants on. You have a bit of a shuffle. He falls to the ground, and there is, in all its glory, a digitized penile. Well, for a very short.
Sorry.
For a very short time, you see a very well. It must have been cold. But you see a full digitized penis, and however, if you're in Japan, the boob scene, the little booby slip there, and the chick looking up at you is completely gone. She just looks up now and doesn't say a word, and the boob's hanging out, and the digital doodle has been covered up by a red pair of red PJs. So he's wearing pants in that scene. So I don't know. He must have been sticking his doodle through the pee hole while he was smashing his missus. But
have you ever seen Japanese porn?
It's all
not really.
It's all hazed out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. But look, yeah. So he's got pants on and there's no boob. So no digital doodle and no bouncing rendered breast.
Oh, they should have left it in. The gene pool over there is pretty massive at the moment. They could do with a release.
So, unfortunately, unfortunately, Japan, no dick for you. All right, Sean. Now, what we can do to help out the Japanese is the new mode that you're going to tell us about.
Yeah, well, they're going to be pissed off that now they've got actually bought out a photo mode for the Auto 1886, and now they can't take pictures of this long either.
No doodle, no booby shots.
No.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load the checkpoint and go in with photo mode and take some photos of the booby.
Yeah. I'm actually going to play it and use the photo mode.
I think you're the only person that has that game that hasn't got a platinum yet.
Or beaten the third level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've brought out a photo mode for the Order 1886, which kind of feels like it's why.
Well,
for one, because it should have been on release that it had this.
Of all games, that game should have had a photo mode because it's beautiful, but everyone's finished it now.
Yeah, so the way that it looks, though, it looks amazing, like the way that they're doing it. So you can freeze at any point in the game, but then go around the whole scene, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can move your camera up and around the screen so that you can be standing behind your enemy, facing back and looking at Galahad as he's...
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, like using the arc gun or the... what's that other one that shoots the
bullet gun.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those. No, what is it, that...
I don't know.
Stuff that sets on fire.
The flamethrower? There's
magnesium bloody...
Oh,
yeah.
The thing gun.
Yeah, one of those. I can't remember.
What the fuck is it called? That's going to shit me out.
Platinum gone.
What's the game called? The Order.
Yeah.
1886 guns. That's not going to help me. Thermite. The thermite gun. Yeah, look, believe it or not, I didn't actually find that. I just remembered it.
Yeah. And so you'll be able to now take photos, and there's a whole heap of different filters, and you can autofocus it. It's just like a real camera. So
lovely.
Yeah.
All right then.
They've actually got a competition on the PlayStation blog as well at the moment. That'll be going for a little while for you to take your best photo.
Yeah, tar.
Yeah.
Red.
So, the boy come man that we got to watch grow up very quickly during the Harry Potter movies, Daniel Radcliffe, is set to star in the movie that's dramatising the development of the Grand Theft Auto series.
Oh, yes.
So, basically, in a nutshell, the story will go probably a bit over the top and beyond, but the focal point will be where the creator Sam Houser and the lawyer Jack Thompson, their battle, because the lawyer campaigned to ban violent video games and Sam Houser rebutted, obviously, so it's going to be a visual representation of what happened. I think it was prior to Grand Theft Auto 3.
Okay. I reckon it's going to be similar to that Facebook movie, Social Networking, or whatever it was called.
Oh, yeah.
It'll probably be like that.
Yeah, which is cool. So
yeah,
we might be able to get a bit of respect for Harry Potter.
No.
Specto Rapus the Prostitutus.
Very good. Yeah,
Are you talking about the Target people now?
Seriously, no.
No.
No, this was with...
That's the court battle you're talking about, isn't it?
Fucking hell. The movie goes for an hour and a half, and an hour and 20 of it is just dickheads signing them in a petition.
Next!
So, yeah, it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, cool, I'll watch it. Alright, move on. Murder and the theft of the PlayStation 3. Now, how does this tie together? You may have heard the story. Hubert Wingate, a 30-year-old from Pittsburgh, is currently facing charges of homicide. Also, abuse of a corpse, cruelty to animals, and the theft of a PlayStation. That's a disgrace.
Yeah, hang him.
Yeah. For that. And then an extra few years for the homicide and abuse of a corpse.
And with an animal.
Yeah. But the thing is, the interesting part here and the reason why it's on our show is that the PlayStation is what directly led to his arrest. So his mate, the victim, is a 34-year-old Andre Gray. Was last month the pair were reportedly out looking for an apartment together, as good mates do. Gray, the victim guy, he's gone missing, and it had later turned out that he'd been murdered along with his dog. Wingate, the bad guy, was arrested when it was detected that Gray's PlayStation Network account had been accessed the day that he went missing. Now, that login was traced by the cops and traced back to Wingate's mother's house, where he'd been living at the time. Now, there's a couple of extra little fucked up parts of this, but detectives found that witnesses, now I loosely use witnesses and accomplices or whatever, but witnesses told police that he admitted to killing someone, so probably not specifically the victim, but killing him, and they helped him dispose of the body by dumping it into the Allegheny River in the Arnold area, apparently. I don't know where that is, but somewhere in Pittsburgh, I would imagine. And one of the witnesses in speech bubble or comments, or what do you call them?
Inverted commas.
Inverted commas is what I'm trying to say. He admitted to stabbing Gray's dog at Wingate's request. And he said that they mixed the dog's blood with the victim's to try and hide the blood from police and DNA evidence and stuff.
Smart fucking someone.
Yeah. Just for anyone who's contemplating that doesn't fucking work. You know, like molecules and shit, like, yeah, they may mix together, but they're still separate down at a molecular level.
Jeez, come on, Luke. Then he poured it on the ground and hit it with a hammer to break them and put them together. You know nothing about science.
Accidentally split the atom and blew the fuck out of his arm.
Yeah, so this dude's killed this bloke. Look, let's just assume it's just an argument gone wrong about where they wanted to live. You know, no, I want off-street parking. Kill each other. Whatever. But then he's taken his PlayStation and thought, fuck, I'll have a go at Call of Duty.
Relive the experience.
Just while I'm laying low.
While I'm waiting for this blood to mix.
Yeah. The next thing you see on the news, police arrest a strange dog beast man after they found his blood at the scene. There must be some strange scientific experiments going on with the blood of a man beast being found at the scene. But anyway, yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, things that go through people's head. I originally thought the argument was over who got to use the classic Sub-Zero costume.
Yeah, Red, you'll like this. If you think back to the Xboxes in stories of the past for the show, Xboxes have been used for drug smuggling and criminal behaviour. And here's the PlayStation. Solving crimes!
Get a fucking in ya!
It's like the fucking Batman of the console market.
Well, he was going to play the Xbox, but it had an update to do.
and just no games in general.
He put the disc in and couldn't play it, so he turned the PS3 on and boom! Got arrested. Shame on. Alright, that's it for the news, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Alright, let's go into What's That Sound?
I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Alright, last week's What's That Sound? Do you guys know what it is? Do you remember what it is? I bet you don't.
It was, Mario 64.
correct. It was Bowser's laugh after dying to a Bowser boss fight. So that was the tune, the little tune, and then the laugh, and after that was Bowser. So congratulations so far. It's still early in the week, but so far we've got Cameron Lavender, Ross Mark, and Rusky Big Muskie as winners. But I do think I said that everybody was getting a free game, even if they sent through saying it was Call of Duty or something like that. So anybody who does would have got a free game. All right, this week's sound. Are we ready for this? This week's going to be hard, guys.
Yep. Talking of boobies and doodles.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with boobies and doodles, but it's going to give you the shits. Have a listen. There you go, Sean. Rain Man the shit out of that one.
Golden Axe.
That's where I was going. Wrong.
Well, we're finished for this week's show.
I doesn't want to admit it. That's wicked.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Damn, I so wanted that to be right.
Have another listen because you're fucking wrong. Give me another game that's wrong.
Streets of Rage.
Sean?
Or Double Dragon.
There it is.
Hey, Red, at least you got that one right.
Ooh, zing.
Correct. I told you it was going to be a hard one. I would never have got this one. We've all played this game before, though. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure both of you would have played this game because I have.
It's a ringing bell.
No, it's not. You would never get this in a million years.
Enduro Racer.
No. It's like is it like a boss battle?
I'm not giving you hints. It's a hard one this week.
Okay.
But we've all played it.
You've all played it.
You seem so confident on that.
Yeah, I know you've played it. If you haven't played it, Sean, if you haven't played it, I will... what can I do?
Tower of Guns?
No, this game's good, man. I don't know what I'll do. Nothing. I'll do nothing for you if you get it, if you haven't played it, because I can't think of one. Red, if you haven't played it, I will make you Vegemite on toast when I'm at your house.
Oh, wicked.
And have you ever had it with a slice of cheese on it?
Yeah. I make slit cheese and Vegemite toasted sandwiches, butter on the inside and the outside.
What sort of cheese do you use?
Tasty.
Yeah, this man, I love him. All right. So for those of you that think you know what this week's sound is, send us a message to the Facebook page, and if you're correct, we'll send you a free game. That's it, as easy as that. Except it is a really hard week this week. Every now and then I like to throw in a hard one. I'll try and keep them easy in between. That sounds fair, don't you think?
Yeah, I like to throw in a hard one every now and again to get rid of the tension headache. But
Hey! Oh, and Mrs. Red loves it because you leave her alone and go into the bedroom.
That's right, I'll have a substitute next week.
Oh, that's me!
Next week!
Oh, man, what do I do?
Or just take the sedative and get on the bloody plane.
This is what I have to say about that. Yeah, that sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, I recorded them.
All right, well, that's it. That's our show.
Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time to like us at Facebook at www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. If you tweet your life away on a daily basis, follow at AussieGamers12. If you want to see some gaming and raging sessions, head on over to Twitch and Aussie Gamers TV at twitch.tv. Search Aussie Gamers Express on Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and iTunes to directly download this podcast to the device of your choice. This is the best way to listen to the podcast. It'll automatically download and all that kind of stuff. Have it fresh and ready for your car ride on Monday morning or on Sunday. Head on over to www.aussiegamersexpress.com to check out our latest news and reviews. YouTube channel is Aussie Gamers Express. Head on over there, give it a nice big subscribe. If you want to send a snail mail, send it to PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749. That is it.
I listen to podcasts when I'm mowing the lawn.
Yeah?
Yeah. Is that weird?
Nah.
Well, it's,
No, especially with the amount of noise coming off the mower. Like,
yeah. Beats just
I find
listening.
that difficult.
Oh, you think it's difficult?
I think that the noise coming off the mower would be too loud, would it?
You put the earphones on right into your ear hole.
Yeah. And then put your big earmuffs over the top of it as well.
You use earmuffs when you're doing the lawn?
I don't do the lawn.
Oh,
It
yeah.
causes me to, die.
You don't have lawns.
No. And I've got people that I pay to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Red, do you use earmuffs when you mow the lawn?
No, I don't squat the piss, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd have to be
He uses earmuffs and the big safety goggles, and he's got the overalls with the big boots on.
That's alright. If I struggle to listen to the podcast while mowing the lawn, I'll just turn the fucking lawnmower off.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I can't hear this bit. I turn off the mower.
What's that sound? Oh, that's the last second and a half fucking strip down the backyard.
Nice. All right, thanks everyone for listening. I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
I've been red. Tell you what I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to go to the toilet since the second last fucking
Yeah,
news
look
item.
at
I've
that.
needed a piss.